Hey, so today's gonna be a little different. Doing it outside today. Ryan's doing a project with a friend, so we're just hanging out on base for a little bit. So I thought I'd take care of this now, since I kind of want to do stuff when I get home. So for those of you who know where there's Club Muroc right there, Old Officers Club, and so yesterday we actually talked about Grandpa at the Officers Club. Um, and we talked about connecting to people maybe in ways of people we didn't know. Grandfather didn't know, but knew a little bit about, and had some things that created memories of someone I didn't know and some realizations. And that same day while I was cleaning out my closet, I also came across somebody who I know quite well, and that's this guy. Been a while. Holy crap. Some wide eyed, dumbass 19-year-old kid from San Diego who has no idea what the world has in store for him. That picture was pre-Air Force. Um, Still working at Mervin's, going to school at Mesa, Harvard on the Hill, dating a woman who was out of his league because I guess he was playing in the wrong league. And looking at that kid, that was about 30 years ago, 29, but we'll round it off. And I look back at him and think about what, where his mind was, what he was thinking about. And that kid has no idea the reality that's about to hit him. For 30 years between now and then. And I think about if I could go back and tell him something, what would I tell him? What would I want to tell this kid? You know, would I want to warn him that that woman he's with, who is going to slowly chew him up over the next 3 years? I want to warn him about all the heartbreak he's going to have, maybe the few that he actually causes. Should I warn him that right over here at the club one day, some punk ass kid younger than him is going to suggest that he do a Boilermaker, and it will be the drink that that sends him over into the bathroom, hucking up a $50 bar tab? He lived a life, man. That kid had 30 years of adventure. I want to give him a heads up. Say, hey, man, get ready. You're gonna. It's like that Air Force commercial. You're gonna serve something bigger than yourself with people that'll be more like family. You travel the world, literally around the world. You're gonna live in a foreign country. You're gonna meet. You're gonna date models in Singapore, and have juicy girls fall in love with you, and have stories to tell about juicy girl shark cages. If you haven't heard it, it's a good story. Someday I'll let you know. What I want to tell them, keep an eye out for a little company called Google. You might want to invest on that one. It was 30 years, and I don't want to say the time's flown by because it hasn't. It's felt like a journey. It's felt like a trip, and I think about what I would change and what I would do different. 30 years, guy grows a lot. And that kid had no idea. I've told Ryan this and Christy this, and basically anyone who is a stupid young teenager. And I often forget to tell myself this, but it's this little fact. No matter how old you are, you think you know everything because you are at the pinnacle of your knowledge so far. This is the most I've ever known. This is the most complex I've ever been, the most knowledge I've ever had. And when I was 19, 30 years ago, I thought the same thing. It's hard for us to comprehend what tomorrow means, what next year means, what 30 years from now means. It's hard for us to imagine a path that we're going to take. Who's going to be on it? You know, who are we going to meet? Who are we going to re-meet? You know, where am I going to go? What am I going to see? 30 years ago, imagine the internet. Imagine me doing this. Imagine 30 years ago sitting here in the middle of the fucking desert, posting a video to anyone in the world who wants to see it. I mean, that's some Dick Tracy stuff. So what happens, man? Time travel? 30 years from now. 30 years from now, where am I going to be? And therein lies the other question. In 30 years, what's that travel going to be? Where am I going to go? You know, I'm realizing that I still have a world of life in front of me. And I have a journey that is continuing. If I could go back and talk to that kid, I wouldn't tell him anything. I won't even go. I don't want to ruin the surprise for him. I'm here because this is my life and this is what I've created. And who knows? I could have totally effed it up by knowing, by trying to create things that aren't there. I don't know. I wouldn't want him to know. I wouldn't want him to know where we're going. I'll meet him now, right now, and we'll look back and we'll laugh about the stories and people, the times we had. And I hope that 30 years from now, when time travel is invented, that there's a 78-year-old Randy reminiscing over YouTubes about some stupid middle-aged Randy and how stupid he was and didn't know shit and what had no idea what lay ahead of him, and asking himself, if I could go back in time now that time travel's real, what would I want to tell him? Well, dude, I'm telling you right now, just keep your mouth shut. Kind of want to see what the surprise is, and I'll see you when we get there, all right? So that was my thought for today. Again, thank you guys so much for letting me do this and putting up with me. And see you next time.